Great Monday morning, everyone. How are you all doing? I pray that everybody's in a good mood, a good mindset, a good headspace. You're ready to get up and conquer this week. So, as I do every Monday, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, tonight is our show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on KRGN 98.5 FM The Rock. Tonight's topic is calling all singles, meet it or beat it. Let me tell you what this show is going to be about. So the question is this. If you are doing good for yourself, let's say, for an example, you got your own home, you have your own car, you have a good job, you're doing well for yourself. Is the person in whom you are intending to marry, should they meet the standards in which you've met, or should they beat it? So that's why tonight's show is calling all singles, meet it or beat it. So we're going to be really transparent in our thought process, what we think. We'll even share comments that other people have shared in response to this. Good morning, Cousin Kim. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about today's topic real quick. Stop stretching yourself so thin and giving your spouse the leftovers. Your girl Shan can talk about this all too often. Now, I'm going to talk about it just in general, and I'm going to talk about it from the church aspect, okay? And sitting up here wondering, it's so many things as to why marriages are not working. Good morning, Simone. Why marriages are not working today. I don't know where this came from all of a sudden, that the mindset of us as individuals, in order to be seen as successful, we have to run ourselves 100 miles an hour. What are we doing? We spinning our wheels. Good morning, Delia. 9 times out of 10, we're running in circles like the hamster on that wheel, and we're not getting anything achieved. What are we doing? And so in trying to save the world, because that was my thought process. Let me talk about me real quick. So, of course, I want to do God's will, what God desired to be done. I remember being in church service after service after service, dragging the kids in tow. My husband will be there too. But one thing that we learned after we finished that season of our life is that we weren't spending time with each other, and we weren't spending time with our children, because, good morning, Brandy, our mindset was, we're doing the work of God. We're doing the will of God. Even God rested on the seventh day when he created the heavens and the earth according to the scriptures. So why is it that we can't take that mindset? Now, let me tell you where I did it again, because I just want to be able to relate. I did it again when, I was working on a big project on one of the jobs that I was working. I was running myself like a dog. I mean, when I would get into bed, my body would ache. I didn't want nobody asking me for nothing. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. I just needed some sleep. I mean, sometimes to the point where I couldn't even walk because, we got to get this project done. And, I can't call out the government, but we got to get this project done and blah, 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 blah. And we got to get this clinic open and all this other kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm doing what's going to help the people, which it did help. And then another avenue was when I started one of my businesses. I was running 24/7 because I was believing, I hate to say the hype, but it was. I was believing the hype that was before me. If you basically kill yourself, you will succeed. Team no sleep. Man, come on, man. No. And you know what was so unfair is that my husband and my children were getting the leftovers because I did not have a balance. And that was before me and my husband started date night. I did not have a balance. I was running myself so thin to the point where, like I shared with y'all before, I would be in the hospital. Good morning, Katina. I would be in the hospital. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even move. I would be bedridden for a whole week. Getting back to this, we cannot expect our marriages and we cannot expect our families to succeed, especially if we're just giving our families and our spouses the leftovers. Yes, God does say in his word the things that we're supposed to do. How in the New Testament, it talk about love, 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 love. Love is free and love is not exhausting. Okay. So that's what the scriptures talk about. But we trick ourselves into believing that we have to save the world in order to gain access into heaven. God already told us what we need to do. He already told us what we need to do as husbands and wives and what we need to do as parents. So where did it come from? Somebody help me now. Cause maybe I missed it, but where did it come from where the scriptures say say you're supposed to run yourself like a dog, and you only supposed to give your husband, your wife, or your children the leftovers. Now, if you're a workaholic, this is for you. This buzz for you, okay? If you're a workaholic, where you running yourself to death, and then you just expect your family just leave you alone, don't talk to you, I'm tired, and everything like that. That's not scriptural. That's not scriptural based. Just like, say, for instance, yesterday, the pastor of the church in which we attend had said to the congregation, I'm going to take a sabbatical. I'm going to take some time off, because even in ministry, when me and my husband used to, minister on the pulpit and everything like that, it was so evident there. Oh, I don't want anybody else to be up in the pulpit. Okay, you ain't supposed to let everybody in your pulpit, but and you feeling I'm the pastor, I got to run. Well, let me tell you something. When we run, you better say that, Simone. When we run ourselves, we're running ourselves into the ground, and things are not prospering. If God could take a break on the Sabbath day, the seventh day, or whatever you want to call it, we need to learn how to do that. But we cannot set up here talking about my marriage failed because my husband didn't support me, my wife didn't support me, my children didn't support me. What were you sowing? Because the word of God does say that in which you sow, you shall reap. What are you sowing into your marriage? What are you sowing into your family? If every time your children see you, they see your back to the door, because it's a revolving door, you always got to go save the world, then baby, you're not benefiting nothing. We are not gaining nothing when we do things like that. So I don't know who's guilty of this, but one of the counseling videos that we watched in school, the man just said, stop it, okay? It's time for us to stop and reassess, because we're not healthy, we're not whole when we can't minister in our home. And women, I'm going to tell us, we are very bad about this. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I wasn't the only one. We're bad about this. Because if truth be told, the world expects women to do everything. Because 9 times out of 10, women do a lot. No, not from the men. But the world expects the women to do everything. And here we are trying to balance all these plates, trying not to drop one. And the person in whom we're neglecting is ourselves. Ever since I spoke about self-care on last week, okay? Self-care, some good quality self-care is what I spoke about last week. That's all I've heard this whole weekend. Self-care, self-care, self-care. What are you doing to take care of yourself? Stretching yourself thin, talking about, it'll pay off in the end. I'm telling you what I know. No, it won't. Because God forbid, you're going to run yourself so much to where your body starts breaking down. Okay? We need to have a balance. I used to teach ladies in one of my businesses that get yourself a calendar, use a planner, and plan what you got going on. And that what you got on that calendar, don't do nothing else. Good morning, Latondra. How you doing? So planning. This is the night that I'm going to spend with my family. This is the night that I'm going to spend with my husband. This is the night that I'm going to work late at work. This is the night that I'm going to work on my business. This is my time for God. Color code it if you have to. Use your phone. You got a calendar on your phone that you watch me on, or whatever device you watch me. Use your calendar. Sync your calendar. Sync it with your spouses. I remember I was speaking to this wife, and she was saying how her and her husband, and me and my husband do the same thing. Her and her husband had their calendars synced. So it wasn't a whole bunch of arguing when your spouse didn't know where you were, because all the spouse had to do was look at the calendar. You see what I'm saying? And so sync yourself a calendar. That's how you practice good balance in your life. You definitely need to put on there once, twice, maybe once a week, or at least once a month, some good self-care for yourself. Because let me tell you what me and my husband used to do. Me and my husband will push ourselves all year. And then at the end of the year, which is generally around our anniversary time, then that's when we would go on our annual cruise or annual vacation, just me and him. And that's something that we used to do. And that's not a bad thing. But keep in mind that sometimes, especially when we get older, we need to take a few more frequent breaks for ourselves, few more frequent time for self-care. So stop running ourselves so thin, because this is what I'm learning as we get older. Okay? Think about it. As we get older, baby, we ain't spring chickens no more. Okay, now I can still move, but I'm not as active as I used to be when I was in my 20s. So I can't keep all them shenanigans up, baby. It's okay. And I did this video not too long ago to tell people no. This is something that one of my good friends said this weekend. I hope she don't mind me using her name, Shirley, and she was only telling the truth when she said this. And women, we are bad at this, but this is what my sis said. She said that when we say no, people expect us as women to justify. Let a man say no, and no is no, and ain't nobody questioning that man or saying anything. But let us say no, and then the next question is why? Well, I don't understand. Why can't you do it? She said basically let your no be no and be done with it. We as women don't have to explain to people why the reason we saying no, but we're so used to being passive beings. If you don't want to do it, say no, okay? If you can't do it, say no. Quit trying to, which is what I used to do. Figure, how can I make both of this happen? How can I go support this person and support that person? And then my husband and my kids is at home wondering when I'm going to bring my tail home. We need to have some balance. So back into our homes. We got to sew back into our children. Spend that one-on-one time with your child. I mean, I'm a mother of 5, so spend that one-on-one time with your child. I wish I would have did that with the older 2. But that which I didn't do with the older 2, I could do with the younger 2. I can learn. So what are some things that we as husbands and wives need to change so that way we can live a better, prosperous life in the end, the way that God ordained for it to be, so we can have that awesome marriage where you're sitting there with your spouse and it's undivided, I ain't gonna say undivided attention, but it's uninterrupted attention that you and your spouse have. Not sitting up here with that doggone device in your hand. I promise to God, if I go to one more restaurant, if I go to one more event where it's supposed to be for the husband and the wife, and I see some people, you sitting there, your wife sitting there because she want to talk to you, because this is mainly what I see. She want to have a conversation with you, but baby, soon as that that ESPN come on, you gotta act like you gotta check the score like it's the stock market and you got some money investing into it. No. Like we've said a long time ago, if you have to leave your phone in the car for just about an hour so your spouse can have some uninterrupted time, they can spend time with you. It doesn't make any sense where we feel like we have to be important by always checking our phones. Oh, I can't miss out on this. Oh, my boss may call. Baby, you better let that boss better know, honey, that, hey, this is my time. No penny Reese. ESPN is not real. Jamie, you're right about that. I didn't think about that. But getting back to what I was saying, stop spreading yourself so thin, baby. It's okay for you to at least have a veg day, for you to lay down, honey, for you to have that doggone Netflix on. You see what I'm saying? And binge watch it. Just relax yourself. Relax your mind, okay? Be the best you that you can be for your husband, for your wife, for yourself if you're single, and for your children. Because I'm telling you, nothing is more horrible than to get older in age and realize that you burn yourself thin for nothing. You stretched yourself thin for nothing, and you added unnecessary aging onto your body, and especially your face. Because, baby, if you stressed out, honey, it shows in the face, okay? I don't look like I'm 40. I don't look like a mother of 5, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to get to the point to where I stopped stretching myself so thin and stressing myself out. It's okay to say no. So tonight, Marriage Mondays with the Kings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on KRGN. For those who do not have the KRGN app, who may be listening from around the world, you can log on your desktop, www.mykrgn.com, or you can go to your app store on your device, type in KRGN 98.5 FM, a royal blue and white app will pop up. Tonight's topic, calling all singles, meet it or beat it. And the question is, if you are successful, basically paraphrasing, in your life, or you've attained levels of success, the person in whom you are to marry, do they at least need to meet you where you are, or they need to beat it because you ain't got time for it? And we did share comments and things like that. So y'all have a blessed day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Share this because it's free. Your girl, she ain't going to be back with y'all tomorrow. And be a blessing to somebody and not a curse. God bless.